died. Oh my God, she died.
Barbara, for God's sake, you don't come over to someone's house to discuss the fact that your mother died. We've got something we'd like to talk over with you, Barbara and David, and we'd like your opinion, too. Mother is dead.
I have a bad feeling.
Your mother's barely 80. She has at least 30 years left.
Well, come on, David. She did break her hip.
At a Macy's white sale.
So what? It's a sign.
It's a sign she's not feeble. I mean, it's one thing to break your hip just rolling off the john, but apparently she was running down the aisle towards some bath towels.
She's definitely deteriorating. Her hearing.
Ah, she never listened anyhow. I'm telling you, they have some sort of crisis with Sarah. A sex and or drug scandal.
You know, I think you're rooting for that.
Certainly not, but it is a possibility. Sarah is a spectacular, miraculous girl, raised by a pair of yaks. Now that she's left the nest, she wants to create herself, make herself over, get in touch with life, and screw lots and lots of people.
Oh, God, I hope not. They'd go crazy.
Why are you sighing? You're worrying yourself into this state.
I haven't spoken to her in a week.
Who?
Mother.
It's no sin. We've been so busy.
We're always so busy.
You do as well with your mother as can possibly be expected.
It's not enough.
It's never enough.
Oh!
There it is. God, when are they going to fix that thing? Oh, it's like an air raid warning.
Yes?
We're here.
What?
We're here.
Okay, thank you.
Them?
Them. Oh, I always hate this, that interval after the buzzer sounds.
It's in Dante, the ninth circle of hell. You spend an eternity waiting by the door for someone to get off the elevator.
My palms always start to sweat. God, I hope it's nothing serious.
Oh, your palms? I'm sure they'll dry right up again.
I'm not enjoying your humor this evening, David. Really. Hi! Oh, they're here.
Are you going to make them ring the bell?
Hi! Welcome, welcome!
Hello.
David, look
Yes,
who's here!
right on time, too. Martin and Trudy are the perfect guests. Hello, dear. How are you? Look wonderful.
Thank you, I'm all right.
Martin,
David,
this a new suit I see?
no, I've had this about, what, 3 years now, Trude?
4 years at least.
No, I think you're wrong. I think it's 3.
4. We were still driving the Valiant.
Oh, well, 3 or 4, it's still a very nice suit. Brown becomes you, Martin.
Your suit is something, David.
Oh, thank you. It's not new either, actually. Okay.
Well, let's not all stand around like it's a
please
cocktail
come in.
party. Sit,
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody care for a drink?
If you have ginger ale.
Okay, 1 ginger ale. Martin, you're a 7 and 7 man, aren't you?
Oh, I never drink before 8.
Well, you can pretend.
Oh, I never pretend. Ginger ale will be fine.
2 ginger ales. Okay. Please, sit.
Oh, you haven't sold these 2 yet, huh?
No, I have a real soft spot for those, Martin.
I always forget their crazy names. What's this one called again, the blue one?
The Waldman Chesapeake Bay Variations.
Uh-huh. And this is Long Island Sound, right?
Good old Martin. No, the Ferragini is called When Lilacs Bloom.
And you paid $1,000 each for them, right?
That's correct.
And what are they worth today?
Martin, every time you come here, you want to know what they're worth. It doesn't change that drastically from year to year. Over a span of years...
Oh, but it does change. And I'm only interested as an accountant, you know, someone who's interested in value, appreciation, depreciation.
Okay, well, I'd say the Waldman is worth about $18,000. Ferragini is a little out of vogue, I'm afraid, so I would have to guess When Lilacs Bloom would go for $7,000, $8,000.
How can one be in vogue and the other one not? They're both blank.
They're not blank. There's paint on them. They're paintings.
But there's no picture.
I guess we don't understand art, Martin. David is an expert. He knows.
They're blank.
Martin, I don't insist that you like these 2 paintings. I mean, taste is, of course, a subjective matter. But please recognize that the paintings are not blank. One has modalities of blue, the other white. The paint is thicker in some places and thinner in others. Both paintings have texture. Now, they do not depict bowls of fruit, little blue boys, or lonesome choo-choos in the night, but they are paintings.
They're blank.
You're not arguing about those paintings again.
Martin continues to withhold his approval.
Oh, I approve that you paid $2,000 for them, and they're now worth $25. I think that's good business. As art, I think they stink, and I'm not afraid to say it.
You've never been afraid to say it.
Martin said that. Here. If the ginger ale isn't cold enough, I can get some ice.
Hot and cold are all the same to me.
Cheese and crackers.
Oh, do you eat cheese before 8?
David, don't be a tease.
Looks very nice.
What's this white cheese called?
Brie.
We've had that, Martin, at the Bowman's. It's unbelievably expensive.
Not really.
Have you ever seen two sisters so different? One says expensive, the other says cheap.
They're like those paintings. They're similar in origin, but how come one goes up in value while the other one just kind of levels off? Oh, that didn't come out right.
You think Trudy's leveled up?
No, not at all. Oh, you
No,
look great,
absolutely,
Trudy, and I'm not
absolutely.
just
It was
saying
just
that.
a figure of speech.
Your
It
hair,
was a simile.
your skin.
It was a metaphor. Whatever.
This is excellent cheese. We should get some, Trudy.
It costs a fortune.
Trudy, I don't know where you get that idea.
All French cheese.
We buy it on time, actually. Just a small down payment and then pennies a month. By the end of the year, the cheese is all ours.
You can't keep it a year.
Martin, how's business with you?
Oh, he's so busy he can hardly talk when I call.
Is November busy for accountants? I would think it would be a slow period before the tax season.
Well, I'm doing a lot of tax planning for my clients these days. You know, retirement plans, IRAs.
He works like a dog.
Deferred annuities, pensions.
A dog, while I'm home with Mom.
Oh, Trudy, you know I meant to call Mom on Wednesday, but we had such a week at the gallery.
What else is new?
So how's business with you, David?
Quite good, actually, considering the weather's been so lousy.
That makes a difference.
Not to some galleries, but we've always relied on a lot of street trade. You know, people just out for a stroll. You'd be surprised how many people just wander in and whip out a checkbook when they see something they like.
Can you imagine? People are such idiots.
Art's a superb investment, Trudy, if you know what you're doing. Right now, for instance, we have a first show by a young Brazilian.
Oliveros. Oh, he's wonderful.
Kind of
Even you two
Rousseau-esque.
would...
Enormous moons, looming breasts, everything larger than life. Fantastic color.
Expensive?
No, not really.
To Barbara, nothing's expensive.
Trudy, that's not fair. How can you say
How
that?
can I say that? In school, who had to get a new loose leaf binder every term? Me? No. I had the same one for 4 years. You, a new one every term.
That's because I was writing my boyfriend's name all over it, and I changed boyfriends every term.
And I didn't have boyfriends?
I didn't say you didn't have boyfriends.
Jerry Lazar.
Of course I remember Jerry Lazar.
Who's Jerry Lazar?
I told you about Jerry Lazar.
No, you didn't.
Of course I did.
I'll be over at the table if anybody needs me.
Trudy, how's the volunteer work going?
I didn't know Trudy does volunteer
Oh,
work.
sure she does.
For years now with the
Oh,
brownies.
isn't that marvelous?
Still Mondays and Thursdays, Trude? I remember those pictures you showed me once. She had the most adorable group of little girls.
I quit.
You quit?
Oh no, that's a shocker.
I had no choice.
The brownies forced you out?
It was Mom.
Mom.
How is your mother? I haven't
Oh,
spoken
she's
to her.
impossible.
She forced me out of the brownies.
That's unconscionable.
Trudy.
She didn't want me out of the house on Mondays and Thursdays.
Well, you're home every other day.
Every damn day.
We have a situation and it's become serious.
I see.
Mom won't be left alone anymore. She refuses. I have to be there around the clock.
Well, get some help. We'll gladly pay for half or 3/4.
Whatever, absolutely.
Is that what you wanted to discuss, Trudy? Is it Mom? Because I've told you 100 times, anything you want to do, just give me a call and I'll sit down and write you a check.
Sky's the limit in that department.
Is it this thing with the brownies, Trudy, that you wanted to discuss? Because my opinion, for what it's worth, and I defer to you because